going crazy.
Welcome to the Shield Football Podcast, your go-to source for the latest NFL news, hot takes, and game day reactions around the league. I'm your host, Alfredo. With me today, got the whole crew in the building, that boy Jerron, that boy DC, Josh, and Steven running things in the back like always. Boys, what's up, man? New studio, new season. Here we go, man. Jay?
New studio, new setup. I'm loving it. I'm loving how the vibe is, how we're sitting on the same side. Everything. It's going to be a good season.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it, man. Definitely an upgrade. Everybody looking nice. Everything in here looking nice. I appreciate Steven and my ball running the tables. It's going to be a good year for us, guys.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely, man. So appreciate y'all tuning in to our podcast right here, year 4. But, man, let's talk football, man. So we're going to get down and go straight to the point. So, Jerome, man, we got your Dallas Cowboys in the news like always, man. There's not an offseason with them not being off the news, man. But the latest news, Michael Parsons, man, he requested a trade from the Dallas Cowboys, man. And that's right there. They were trying to work something out all season. Training camps is in the works right now. But, man, something happened last week. Let's talk about it, man. So what's going on with the Cowboys, man?
Basically, Micah is fed up, and he's right to be fed up. The way that the Joneses are handling this is malpractice. Like, there's no rhyme or reason why they should be stringing this man out along like this when he said last year, and I believe him, that he wanted to get it done then. Again, Fredo started with the Cowboys are in the news again, and that's exactly what Jerry wants. He doesn't care that he's looking like a clown. Mm-hmm. He knows everybody's talking about it, and this one's different though. I think there's real animosity from Micah's part. He's kind of pissed off right now because of the way that the Joneses have talked about him and other players in the media. They took digs at him and Trayvon Diggs for no reason. And he's kind of fed up. I still believe it gets done, but I believe there's real bad blood. I believe he's mad at the franchise, and he should be. But DC, what do you think about kind of the hoopla going on?
Absolutely. Jerry is making this whole thing about him. Mm-hmm. He's the ringleader of the whole deal. Like you say, after year 3, you knew what Michael was. Yes. I would have been trying to sign him then. Yeah. You could have probably got him then for 37, 38. Mm-hmm. Now, you wait another whole year and a half, he going to probably demand what he wants. Yeah. You got to this point, the last guy got 40, you know he's going over that. Well, you could have beat this to the punt last year, man. But I don't know, Jerry, he's tripping, man. He wants everything to be about him. Like you said, I think it's some real there. Mm-hmm. I think they really don't like each other. You know, and Jerry's just trying to piss him off, man. What do you think, Fredo?
So, my thing is that the Cowboys historically have always said that we can always draft another players, and they're going to keep drafting until they find something else. I think that right there, you know, I forgot who said that before. I want to say it was Emmitt Smith.
They did it with Zeke too.
Yeah, Zeke. Yeah. So that's the thing that the Cowboys historically have done. They always want to be on top of the news and say that they're going to find somebody else. If they don't want to sign, then don't be here. They always throw the fact that the players can be replaceable, you know. And, of course, you don't want to play for an organization that thinks like that. I get it, man. These guys get paid a lot, man. But, hey, they're humans, you know. And they got every right to look for their mental health as well. But Jerry Jones is about to let go one of one of the talented defensive players and ruin that relationship. I'm pretty sure by now it's pretty much already ruined.
Like, well, it's gonna be rocky, but if Micah gets $42 million a year, he's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad that it happened before, where we have time to kind of process it. Because before I was done, I was out, I was frustrated. But now it kind of seems like this is another part of the negotiation that's going on. This is hey, I'm Michael Parsons. I'm not taking this BS that y'all been spewing. I'm a be aggressive myself and not let y'all dictate the media. Because of course Jerry went to the meeting and said all his BS. Micah missed games and all this kind of stuff, and he's kind of leaking the contract details. Micah said, "Nah, I'm not going to get punked." He at one time at training camp, him and Stephon Diggs had their own press conference.
Yep.
That's showing you, Jerry, I can do what you can do and better. I'm younger. I'm probably smarter at this point. So I think there's real animosity where Micah is pissed off that the way that the Joneses are handling this, and he should be. He's got every right to be, and I'm here for it. Even CD Lamb came out and said, "Hey, it never fails, dog. Just pay the men what you owe them. No need for the extracurricular." And fans are starting to think about that the same way.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you had the fans screaming, "Pay the man, pay the man." Do it, Jerry. You know, like you say, CD coming out to the defense, just pay the man. And what, like Fredo said, as far as drafting, I mean, Cowboys, they've been drafting their ass off for years. But this is where they get in trouble at right here.
Yeah.
You drafting these guys, go ahead and pay them. Ain't no reason stringing them along. Get the people what they worth.
Yeah.
You know, and then you want to be dealing with this. But for some reason, he'd rather play the highest price.
Yeah.
You know, and now you got a guy holding out, which could be out there getting valuable reps. You don't want all of a sudden, September the 1st, you get a deal done. Now he's getting into thing, and you're behind.
And his hamstring blows.
Yeah, something like that. Then you're talking about he's injured. Oh, go on, pay the man, Jerry. Let him get these practice reps in.
And one more thing. He also said that about a good head coach with Jimmy Johnson. He said anybody with this roster can coach this team. Mind you, yeah, they got another head coach to win with that roster the next year, but it wasn't because of that head coach. And you know, Jerry Jones just feels like everybody's replaceable, man. So that's his thing.
Fredo, what do you think? How do you think this ends from an outsider perspective? Somebody who's not a Cowboys fan, how do you think this ends?
Well, I got the feeling that it's going to get fixed, unfortunately. But as Michael Parsons, do you really want to stay there after this? I know I wouldn't. But if I was Michael Parsons, I'll just leave somewhere else. Possibly maybe with the Steelers.
Only problem is Jerry has, and what they said is true. They've got all the cards. They got all the rights. Yep. They can hold him for another 3 years if they want. Yep. Yes. He can make it ugly, but it'll cost him millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And he's showing up to camp because he doesn't want to get the fines. I believe that eventually they get a deal done, because, again, you got 3 years to do it. It should have been done already. But I think what Micah does is he's going to be hurt. He's pissed off. And it's going to be a business relationship. There's no more, I love the Dallas Cowboys. I was growing up as a fan of the Dallas Cowboys. Now it's they pay my checks. Don't talk to me. I'm going to go rush this press rusher, and I'm gonna do what it do. Yeah. DC, how do you think it
So I think he gets paid, but do you think it has to happen this year, right? I don't see him playing. If he don't get it, I don't see him going out on the field. He's already holding out. Why go out there and play if you don't get the deal done this year? I know they got all the cards, the Cowboys, but if I'm holding out for this, why am I going to go out there and play and I still don't have a deal done? I'm just a blown knee away without a deal.
Just not to get fined. That's the only reason you play is just so your checkbook looks the same. It's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate, and people are tired of it.
Because you don't want to. Dallas is a team that's built to play with the lead, and that whole defense operates off of him. Wherever he goes, they go. And if they like to get ahead and let him pin his ears back and go do what he wants to do, without that piece of the puzzle, the defense is going to be in trouble because he makes up so much for the back end of the defense. I know you got Diggs and some safeties back there, but what he does helps them guys out tremendously.
Yeah.
And you have to understand that when you're going into the season, man.
Yeah.
We're going to do a Cowboys camp check-in later on, but there's a name that I think is another reason why Jerry's kind of hesitant. Because there's a name of a young cat who's out there balling, and I think he thinks he can turn him into a Micah Parsons. But we'll talk about it later. Also, Terry McLaurin, Washington Commanders' premier wide receiver, all-pro wide receiver, I believe, he also requested a trade. This one surprised me.
Yeah.
This one surprised me. I didn't think Terry McLaurin was that kind of cat, but it's time for him to get what he owes. Fredo, what do you think about Terry McLaurin's request?
Hey, man, I don't blame him whatsoever, man. He's been with that organization for, 7 years already? And a trash organizations and for the past 7 years, just till last year. Pay the man, Washington. Whatever you do not let that dude go out. He's barely 28, 29?
I believe he's
29. He'll be 30 in September.
So, all right. So, yeah. So he's getting up there. You know, he has at least 2 to 3 more prime more years in him. I said, why not confiscate him, man? He's been with this organization through the bad, and we know how bad this organization has been for the past 5 years. So, man, pay the man. He's been loyal to you. He's never has asked you to hold up until now, and we can see why, because more attention will come towards him. Pay the man, Washington. Don't mess that up. DC?
Yeah, I'm with you. Like you say, he is getting older, but I think that's why they're hesitant. But he seems like he's in a position where he's holding all the cards. Don't forget, he just got paid 2 years ago. Okay, him and DK and A.J. Brown, all three got the same deal at the same time. Now, the difference is those two guys already done re-up, DK and A.J. Brown, and he's looking to re-up. And when the 49ers paid Brandon Ayuk what they paid him, that opened up the floodgates for a whole lot of guys to get paid. And of course, Daniels threw 25 touchdowns last year. 13 of them was to McLaurin. So you know he's got a rapport with this guy. You have to bring him back. Go ahead and pay the guy. You got the quarterback on the rookie deal. This is when you pay people. When you have that quarterback in the first 5 years of that boo-boo salary, you go ahead and you pay your other guys. But I'm thinking they'll get a deal done. They have to, because who's going to catch the ball? Who else are they going to have to go to? That receiver room looked a lot different if he's not in it. So I think they do get a deal done. I think he gets right around the 30 plus million.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jay, so what about you, man? What do you think?
This is unfortunate because, like you said, Terry McLaurin's been dealing with the BS of the organization. They're just not getting their stuff together because they drafted a decent quarterback. He's been dealing with trash, Sam Howells and all this kind of stuff. And he's been producing. He's been quiet. He's been a leader in that locker room this whole time. Then he sees what DK got, like you said. And he said, man, come on, dog. I've produced as well or better than DK Metcalf. I am the premier wide receiver in Washington. It's too late for you to get another one. So come on, give me some bread. The problem is he's 30.
Yep, that's it.
Mike Evans, similar age, took a discount. I don't know what Mike Evans was doing. Maybe he just loves Tampa Bay. He loves that organization, Baker and all them. But he took a discount. Terry McLaurin, to me, it seems like he's going to have to do the same. I don't see him getting that CeeDee Lamb upper echelon deal. I see him getting more of a 15 because he's asking for damn near 30. Well, all right, so meet in the middle.
I think he's getting 24 now. I think 22, 24, I guess now.
I don't see him getting the 30 plus at 30 years old.
So we're not just giving him more guarantee money.
When they did it, all three of those guys got a 3-year, like $66 million. Him and AJ and DK, they all got him at the same time. So I think it's like $22 million a year.
And the problem is DK got signed again. And
way more than he should have got.
Way more than he should have got.
Yeah.
So Washington's looking at it like, just because he gave him that bad contract doesn't mean I got to give you a bad contract. DK isn't worth what he's getting paid. Congrats, you did your thing at the negotiating table, but Terry McLaurin's got big eyes too. All receivers talk.
Oh yeah.
They know who the big dogs are. They know who the CeeDee Lamb. I know he's gonna get that.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson. I know he's gonna. Jamar Chase. I'm really not Jamar Chase. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get 40, but I can get 30. You know what I'm saying? So he's got big eyes, and I don't know how this ends, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna see what happens with our organization. I'm pretty sure you're happy about that, Jerron.
I mean, we got our own problems.
Yeah. All right. So let's go on and jump to the next take right here, man. So right now, what we're gonna do, go around the shoot right here, and we're gonna talk about each team, with the Titans, Cowboys, and Texans, and we're gonna talk about training camp. What are you hearing? What do you know? What you heard? And all that. DC, I'm gonna kick it off with you, man. So we're hearing out of Tennessee with the Titans, man.
It's a lot of positive news with Cam. The guy, he's full of confidence. He shows up first one there at 5 a.m. every morning. He said there hasn't been a morning yet that he wasn't there at 5 a.m.
That's good.
Yeah, and the head coach said he's picking it up. He's picking up. That's a good thing. He's progressing every day in the offense. He's getting better and better. And they let him turn it loose. Yeah. I mean, they got 3 speedy receivers. So he's getting a lot of deep ball work in practice, and that's a good thing. So he made some throws that got intercepted, but that's to be expected when you're a rookie. So I don't take too much of that. This is the time to make the mistakes. Of course, now with Will Levis out the way, he's done for the year with shoulder surgery. So there's no looking over your shoulder, none of that stuff. You got the job. All I want to see from him this year is progress. I'm not really worried about the wins and loss part of it. Because when you watch one of these guys play, you can see if they got it. Yeah. You can see if they got it. No matter what the record is, you can say, okay, he's getting better every week, And that's what you want to see. And they got big talk around the camp about him. And he's pretty impressive. All the defensive guys like him a lot. So he's a trash talker. Yeah. So, him and Jeffrey Simmons got into it a couple of times. But it's all love. It's teammate stuff. So, but I like him, man. I think the kid's going to be all right, man. He's got a lot of confidence, which is what I love. Like I say, there's going to be some growing pains, but I can live with it as long as I see some growth. I don't have no problem with it at all.
The thing I saw from him is when they asked him about how the team is performing, he was honest. He said, we're mid right now.
Yes.
But he didn't say that as a slight to the team. He said, hey, we're mid trying to get better. Like he's not taking the hard work aspect away from the team. What he's doing is he's saying, hey, this ain't it. And I know as a rookie where I want to go. So it just seems like he's already a leader. And like the reports are, he's been balling.
Yes.
He's been balling early in camp. Question I have to you for the team is, what's that offensive line and running game going to look like?
I think it's going to be J.C. Latham, he dropped a lot of weight. Now he's back in his natural position at right tackle.
Okay.
So now I think the offensive line is going to be vastly improved as soon as Cushenberry comes back, the center. It's going to be a different, like night and day. I would expect our running game to take a big step forward compared to what we were seeing last year. And, of course, to protect him. But, yeah, I like that offensive line a whole lot better this year than I did last year.
Okay.
Okay.
How about you, Jay?
Cowboys camp. I love everything that's happening that does not have to do with Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. Yeah. As long as they are gone, I love everything that's happening. Brian Schottenheimer is he's a kind of a breath of fresh air compared to what we've had in the past. Even Mike McCarthy, Jason Garrett, their training camps were touchy-feely. It was real soft. It was hey, we just want to get to the year. We want to have everybody healthy. But when you get to the year, you get punched in the mouth, and then your team has nothing to do. They don't know what to do. They're scrambling like, hey, I haven't seen this at all. The Rams are coming in tomorrow, I believe. If they came in last year and they punked the team. They straight up punked the Cowboys up and down that field. They was hitting the quarterbacks. Nobody was doing anything. It'll tell me a lot to see how they handle the Rams this year. Are they a little more physical? Is there a little more fight? So far in camp, just Brian Schottenheimer's the way he's running a physical camp practice. There's hitting. There's 11 on 11s all the time. They're not doing 1-on-1 pat and goes. They warm up, they do their shell drills or whatever, and then they're going. They're at it. It's very competitive. Some names that are coming out of camp that are impressive. Start with George Pickens. Mm-hmm. I don't know why the Steelers let go of this cat. Yeah. He's been a model citizen. He's been stepping up to the mic, saying everything he has to do right. Him and CeeDee Lamb are joined at the hip. He hasn't. There hasn't been no fights. There hasn't been no trash talk. Maybe he's on his P's and Q's because of the contract, but he's come in and he's just making highlight plays every day. Yeah. The deep ball is back in Dallas because of George Pickens, and CeeDee Lamb's working all the underneath stuff. Another name to look at is Jaden Blue.
Yeah.
The DC called it. DC said, well, you said that was one of your favorite running backs in the draft?
In the draft, yes.
Man, this dude's come out. He's got great vision, great burst. Still slight. He still needs to add like some muscle to his frame, but his burst, once he gets it to and through a hole, is remarkable. He's, to me, from what I've seen, he's top 2 running backs on the team as a rookie. Another name. This is the name that Jerry Jones is trying to replace Micah Parsons with, and that's Donovan Ezeraku. The rookie, second-round pick from Boston College. Guy has burst. He has every pass rush move, and he's been unblockable in camp. Maybe the line is just bad. Maybe I want to see what he does against the Rams, but this dude's been everything you want and more as a future starter. He's going to be, if they keep Parsons, he's on the other side. If they move Parsons, he's the new Parsons. I mean, he's been that good in camp. I really like what they're doing in camp. I really like the physicality in camp. It gives me hope for the season.
Yeah, when they first hired Schottenheimer, I was like, my God, what are they doing? But, we've gone through the whole summer and everything, and you get to see the clips of it. I think he may be okay. If just Jerry Jones stay out the man way. Let him coach the team. I think he's going to be okay. And the George Pickens things, man, like you say, that offense is going to be wide open.
Yeah.
I mean, CD should have 115 catches this year. Because George is going to take the top off every time. So that 10 to 15-yard range, CD is going to eat him and Ferguson. And the Jadon Blue, don't be surprised. I think he's going to take about 2 or 3 to the house, just screen passes alone this year. He's going to make a world of a difference, man, coming out of that backfield.
Watch him in that first preseason game. If he plays, I guarantee he's going to bust 25, 30. He's going to get an explosive play. The Brian Schottenheimer thing, I was embarrassed when I first saw Brian Schottenheimer. But when you hear his press conferences, he's been in the league so long and he's studied so many other coaches. Like, he's been under Carroll, he's been under McCarthy, he's been under his dad. So he's taken a little bit from everybody, and it's more of a Pete Carroll type approach to the camp than a Mike McCarthy approach. He's taken some rah-rah stuff from Dan Quinn. Like, it's just this gumbo of stuff that he's incorporating in his way. And I really like what their offense is going to be. From the clips, from the reports, it's going to be totally different from the Mike McCarthy era. So I'm just excited.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good, man. Well, now we jump on to the Texans. Everything what I'm hearing from them is that everything is good, especially from that defensive side. Defense is balling. Defensive line is dogs, and cornerbacks are right there, man, making the wide receivers look like chumps, basically. One concern I guess people have, some good, some bad, is offensive line, of course. And, we got a new up-and-coming, tackle. We got that up and going. So we're trying to work him in. But offensive line right now is not looking as great. But, it's going to take time got a new offensive coordinator as well. So trying to see what's going to happen with that. But reports they are saying that they're running the ball a little bit more with this and be practicing more the run scheme and play action. So, and they're saying that Dalton Schultz is being like a big target within the camp as well. Okay. Who else? Well, of course, Collins is doing Collins stuff.
Yeah, he's a beast.
But the two rookies, Higgins and Noel, those two guys are making some names for themselves as well within camp. But injuries wise, man, unfortunately with Mixon, they're saying that he might be out beginning of the season or even mid season. So we're gonna see what happens with that. And everything else going on, the Texans right now are in West Virginia doing a training camp right now. They left yesterday and they started training camp over there for a week.
West Virginia, why?
I think they go every year, Greenbrier.
Well, no. Well, like they haven't been there since Bill O'Brien.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been like 5 years.
Okay.
So yeah, they're in West Virginia, Greenbrier. Yeah, they only went there for a week because they're playing who they're playing this Saturday. Minnesota? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're going to play Minnesota. So they're over there right now just for the Greenbrier. They're saying that the weather alone helps out a lot over there.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
So they're saying that the mornings over there are like high 60s, low 70s. Now, like over here in Houston, there's already 80 degrees at 7 in the morning,
it's miserable.
Yeah, so I guess the Texans need a new change of pace, but they're over there right now. They're going to come back, of course, to finish up the training camp over here. We're set to go to training camp to go see them practice with the Panthers. So can't wait about that. But so far, as injuries per training camp, nothing has happened yet. So knock on wood, stays like that. But Texans surprisingly been just very quiet this offseason within training camp, man. But defense looks solid though. That's one thing for sure.
So I was laughing at training camp because on Twitter, I'm not calling it X. On Twitter, the Texans posted a throw from C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
It was a pretty throw, but when you look at it, it was a set. Like, because I looked at the video, I was like, oh, that's a nice throw, and it replayed, and I was like, oh, he would have been set. Is that going to be a hindrance? Is the offensive line going to be the biggest hindrance for this team this year?
Well,
from what you've been hearing.
So what I'm thinking is like, what is it? Is the offensive line really bad, or the defensive line is that good?
There you go.
I mean, so that makes you think, it's like, because the experts are saying, the ones on the field, they're saying that Texans defensive line is one of the best ones in the NFL right now going into the season.
Well, let me stop you. Do you think they have a top 5 defense?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm 10 toes on that. Believe it or not, I'm gonna say top 3. Yeah, I want to say that Texans hold the number 2 spot. Number 1 be the Eagles. I'm a firm believer of that, man. I'll put up my defense up with the Eagles, but I'm pretty sure the Eagles have the upper edge on it right now.
I don't know. I look at every spot on that defense, and I just
do you see the Texans defense as top 5?
I think they're the top 3.
Top 3.
I think it's going to be Ravens, Texans, and I might say the Steelers. I might say those 3, and then we'll see where Seattle's, Eagles, all these cats fall into it. But it's going to be some of those names, and I think the Texans are the second best defense. Like, it's monsters.
Yeah.
If you look at their roster, it's just dogs everywhere.
Yeah,
and also as far as the front sevens. They might not win too many games, but the Giants got a hell of a front 7.
Yeah.
The Giants,
that's true.
They're going to be nice up front.
Their secondary, though.
Right, that's going to be the problem. That's going to get them their secondary.
Yeah.
But I'm with you, Fredo. The Joe Mixon, that's non-football injury.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Yeah. And you know what? And I was looking forward to coming into the season with the acquirement with Nick Chubb. I was like, man, like if we could get Mixon on the field at least 70%, and then that 30% with Chubb, dude, that backfield would have been solid, man. But now you're expecting a man that's coming off an injury year, basically start off your season already, man. But luckily, like the offense is kind of similar to what he's coming into. But man, dude, that's too much pressure already, man. And now like you would expect that 1-2 hit combo, man. You'd be lucky if you can get that midseason now, DC.
Yeah, and another one, C.J. Stroud. Early in the year, they wouldn't even let him throw at practice.
Yeah.
I mean, was he hurt? Did he have a surgery that they didn't want to let nobody know about? But he's just out there. They won't even allow him to throw the football. Everybody else is throwing. I didn't get that. I was trying to figure out what was going on with that.
Now this is my this is my sense on it. I feel like they were like trying to get on Tyreek Hill. I mean, you got to think about it, man. This dude got hit a bunch of times this offseason. I'm surprised they didn't say that he got hurt or something like that. I'm not every year football players come off of injuries, even though if they say it or not. And I want to say they want to protect him because maybe he got hurt last season. Then they didn't say nothing about it because last year his throws weren't like premium like they weren't year one. So maybe that's why.
How has Chubb looked? Because starting out, they said Chubb wasn't it.
Yeah.
For me, a dark horse for this Texans team, Woody Marks, the rookie, USC running back. I when I went back after they drafted him, that dude's a monster.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be really good. He might end up starting a couple games this season.
Hey, you know what? Like I've heard that Chubb hasn't been like, of course, the Chubb he was like 3 years ago, but I think he's gonna beat him out because of experience. But once maybe I wouldn't be surprised by week 3 or something. You might see the rookie even jump in and take most of the carries, and he be the Mixon type role, So until Mixon does come back, and we'll see what's up. But we know that Chubb ain't the long term answer because they only give him 1 year deal with a bunch of incentives, possibly up to $5 million. So we'll see what's up.
So with Christian Kirk, do you think there's a chance that one of these rookies just pass him up?
No. They're saying that Christian Kirk is solid in this training camp. His presence in training camp has been very known. He's making some solid route running, some good catches. He's crisp when it comes to his route run. So I think him and CJ's that's his number 2 wide receiver for sure. Now the number 3 spot, that right there is going to go with Higgins for sure. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, that was a good check-in. Let's move on to this NFL injury list that's been racking up. Are there any injuries that are standing out to you that's kind of either major or significant injuries, or something that is going to alter the season for somebody?
Definitely, the first one that comes to mind is going to be Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Anytime you start dealing with a soft tissue injury, you just don't know. You just don't really know when it's healed. And the way he runs his routes in and out of the breaks, that's going to be major for him to make sure. I'll be honest with you. He wouldn't play none in the preseason. I'd be limited practice. He wouldn't get no reps at all.
Even if the quarterback plays in preseason, you wouldn't. Let's say they say Justin Jefferson is okay to go, and the quarterback J.J. McCarthy plays. Would you play him?
No, I wouldn't play him because I think as far as Jefferson is, he's quarterback proof. It don't matter who's throwing him the ball.
That's a fact.
He's still gonna put the numbers up. J.J. all he got to do is put it in the area, and then he'll make the catch.
Yeah, that's what I believe too.
And for Fredo, that Joe Mixon thing is still.
Yeah. That Joe Mixon, man, like that right there, like DC's mentioned, man, a non-contact football injury. I was like, man, what's going on, man? It's like even during the season, Mixon was just dealing with injuries in and out with the lineup, man. But that right there is going to hold a big effect against the Texans, because they were planning to using him, not just a running scheme, but also passing scheme as well. So that right there is going to really put a damper on that, man. So we're gonna have to depend on Chubb and the rookie to see how the RB1 can be answered, man.
And it's weird for him to come into the year. I guess he had off-season ankle surgery or something like that. Still just didn't heal right. So that's weird for a veteran to go through this, let alone anybody. And for me, the Isaiah Likely one.
Yes.
So, of course, we know how good Baltimore's going to be. Isaiah Likely is a young star for them. And it looks like he's going to miss weeks 1 through 6.
Damn.
Yeah.
With but that's terrible.
Broken bone in the foot.
Yeah, broken bone in the foot, like you said. I think they want him to be the number 1
tight end.
Mm-hmm. Mark Andrews. We saw how he was in that playoff game.
He had a bad year last year, man.
He ended the year sour.
This is last year in Baltimore.
And this,
if he makes it the whole year.
They wanted Isaiah Likely to come up, step up, and be that dude, but looks like he's going to start off the season slow because you miss about 8 weeks of training camp and into the season, man. That's not looking good for him.
Yeah, man. Man, these injuries, man. Like I just said earlier, injuries. Everybody comes in with them beginning of the season, man. But that Justin Jefferson one, DC, that one's gonna be a tough one because that's your weapon right there, man. On that guy, you could double, triple, man. Yeah. It's like if he's on the field, he's a threat. If he's not on the field, man, good luck with the Vikings trying to develop a scheme around that.
And the same thing with Mixon. Offensive line wasn't that good last year. He made a lot of that on his own.
Yeah. He really did.
He made a whole lot of those yards on his own. And what bothers me is a non-football related injury,
right?
Which means it didn't happen. I mean, he was training somewhere else and something happened. It didn't happen. It had nothing to do with football.
I'm pretty sure he was doing that dance that Jerron hates.
Oh, I hate that. Honestly, he might deserve it after that dance. He might tweak his ankle doing that stupid dance every time.
What's the name of that dance, Jay? Top of your head?
I don't know. It's the I hate it dance.
Yeah, Jerron doesn't like when he does that celebration.
Some other names: Matthew Stafford dealing with back injury, suspected load management coming. We'll see if he practices against the Cowboys coming up. He's not going to play in the preseason. We already know that. So he's just rehabbing. Tristan Wirfs for the Buccaneers, who's one of the best tackles in the league.
Some say he is the best.
Yeah,
it depends on who you ask.
They say MCL for him. Ooh, that's not is not good. Probably 3 to 4 months recovery. I think that they have a light schedule to start out with, so they may be able to get over this. But that's one of the biggest losses of the early season, of the early preseason.
And on Wirfs, this is something that the Bucs knew about early on. They just pushed to see how far it can go without surgery.
Yeah. Really?
And if they'd have done the surgery as soon as they found out, I think he'd have been okay.
Yeah.
I think they tried to go as long as they could, and he just like, I can't do it. He had to do surgery.
Hollywood Brown, another ankle he's dealing with. That's a common thing with him. It looks like we got a scare for early on that I remember everybody that the tweet came across that Justin Fields went down. Remember, he went down, non-contact injury, and everybody's like, oh. But ended up being a toe dislocation, and he's practicing again. So that's good for him. Malik Neighbors dealing with a shoulder thing, and my guy from the Cowboys, Tyler Guyton.
That was the one that was scary.
That was
The
scary.
way they reported it from the jump.
I want to fight Ian Rappaport the way he handled that. Ian Rappaport, he just jumped out of nowhere, and I'm doing my thing, and I see a tweet. Ian Rappaport, Tyler Guyton feared to have blown his ACL, and I'm like, what? Come on, man, we can't catch a break, and then come back to find out it's a bone bruise. I know Ian Rappaport has the sources. It's just the way that he tweeted that out. It's just like, hey, y'all take this, and then we'll try to fix it later.
figure it out.
So it kind of like clickbait from the jump.
Yeah. Because it blew up everywhere.
Yeah.
And everybody's laughing at the Cowboys, but
it's like he wanted to be the first to report it.
yes, he wanted to hurry up. And he knew other cats. Schefter was sniffing around, so he wanted to get it out. But man, we were mad at him for that one. Mm-hmm. But ended up being a fractured, a small bone break in his knee, which will heal up. There's no surgery needed. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. He could possibly come back for week 1. Me personally, I would hold him out till week 3.
Yeah.
Get that L.
The Eagles.
Yeah, the L that the Eagles gonna work you over anyway, and then you should beat the Giants and then come back for your week 3 game.
Okay. All right.
Juwan Jennings. But yeah, that's pretty much all the major injuries that I could see. Of course, Najee Harris was stupid ass.
Yeah, and Brandon Ayuk, he's out.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he's gonna be out for a while. They say they don't got no timetable for him.
Brandon
Jennings is out. He wants a new contract. Yeah, Ayuk, if he may make it the second half of the year.
That's bad.
Yeah,
is that bad?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's really
they
bad.
Put no timetable on him.
Yeah.
Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah, he's there. He's gonna be there. Randy Moss.
You see, they just Robbie Choice Anderson. They just signed him.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on. Yeah, it must be bad.
You know it's bad whenever you get what's his name, Chosen One.
Yeah, the
Chosen One, Robbie Chosen One. Nah, come on, man. Once you sign in that cat, it's doomed.
Like basically saying, all right, this is our last option right here.
It's the slimmest of pickings out there.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen. Y'all ready to move on to the next take?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to take right here. Now we're going to talk about the bold takes for 2025 for this NFL season. So we can say anything we want right here, man. I'm going to start it off on this one, man. Caleb Williams equals Lawrence. I think those two are going to have the same type of career. You know, they hyped them up coming out of college. They said this is going to be a generation type of player. It could be the same mediocrity throughout the whole NFL career until further notice. To this day, man, I still look at Lawrence. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell they were talking about, man. Deshaun Watson looked better than this cat, you know, coming out of Clemson, man. But, you know, now Caleb Williams, you know, training camp videos, he's looking very sus out there, man. He's not consistent. He thinks the white jerseys are the offensive players, man, and he's throwing straight to them, making some very questionable throws. I get it. It's only preseason, man, but year 2. But I don't know, man. I just got a feeling about that one. What do y'all think about that?
Yeah.
Like is that I'm overthinking it too much?
No, I'm with you, Fredo. This is second year. This is a big year for him. You already had your crap year. You know, all your first round pick, your first round quarterbacks come in. Out of the first 2 years, you got to show me something. You can't have back-to-back crap years. You know, and I don't know if he's the guy that's coachable. He seems like a guy that want to march to the beat of his own drum, and I don't know how long that's gonna last. You got a new head coach and implementing a new system. There's no excuses for this man not to be successful this year. You're surrounded by weapons. You know, you got a top defense. Look like the way they line that thing up.
And their draft this year was top tier.
Yeah. And there's no excuse for him. So if he doesn't have success this year, I don't know. The Bears might want to think really hard about this. See if this guy's coachable. If he really wants to play football. Yeah. Some guys are good, but they don't really care about it. They just happen to be very, very talented. And talent get them so far until they get to this level.
Yeah.
The parallels with Trevor Lawrence and Caleb Williams are hilarious because when Trevor Lawrence came in, generational prospect, Clemson, big name, they say he was the next Andrew Luck. Can't miss. Now Caleb Williams came in, they say he was the next Patrick Mahomes. Can't miss. They like Trevor Lawrence played like Andrew Luck. Caleb Williams played like Patrick Mahomes, but we're not getting results. And I've seen the same videos that you've been seeing. Let me say this: if they're successful, we gotta determine if that's Ben Johnson or that's Caleb Williams, because I've also seen the ones where Ben Johnson's getting cats wide open in practice. He did some trick play in the middle of practice, which I don't know why you do trick plays against your own defense in training camp with cameras rolling. So now we got that one on film, but it is what it is. And then I've seen the Caleb Williams missing the throwing net completely and being pissed off and having a little temper tantrum. And I'm like, I don't know what this guy's problem is. He just seems kind of like a different kind of cat. I'm interested to see what they do, and I really want us to analyze: is that him, or is just Ben Johnson that good of a damn coach?
Yeah, I don't think it won't take long for us to figure it out.
Yeah,
Once the game start playing regular season, we'll figure out. We'll be looking at it. Yeah, he just missed the guy. The guy was open. He missed it. The play was designed right, blocked right, everything. The execution failed when it got to him.
Yeah,
we'll better know it.
Yeah. All right. So who wants to go next? DC, you want to go? Your take?
Yeah, I'm fine. Mine's going to be that by the time this year is over, we will revisit the draft with C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young. I think people will go back to that draft and say, well, maybe Carolina didn't screw this up. Maybe Carolina does have something. I'm expecting them to take a big step this year. I really am. I like the receiver, McMillan, and now you got Leggett with a year under his belt. The offensive line looks solid, and the defense is going to be pretty good. They got some guys back, and they drafted Gordon out of A&M to put next to Derek Brown. I think this team makes a step. I believe in Dave Canales. I've seen him turn Baker around, Geno Smith around, and I have no doubt that I don't have no doubt he's going to turn Bryce Young around. You're going to see a different Carolina offense this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll be talking about at the end of the year, like, well, who is the better quarterback?
Yeah.
Because it was a whole back and forth when those two came out. Who should have went first and who should have went, second. So I think that'll be a new conversation by the time this year is over with.
I'm pretty sure if the Texans would have had the number one spot, I think they would have taken Bryce Young.
Ain't no doubt. No
absolutely.
doubt.
Yeah, but
thank you, Lovie Smith.
Yeah, it just overall, man, like the way how C.J. Stroud came in compared to Bryce Young in that rookie season, all attention was to Bryce Young. He's like, oh man, this guy go lit up the NFL. And he did the opposite of it, man. Second year he comes in, first part of the second year, it was kind of looking kind of rough. But that second half of that season of last year, man, he was turning it up. He was making some nice crisp throws. Sometimes, but his best throws were outside the pocket.
Yes.
So, and we know why. The height and all that. You got these 6'6" offensive linemen up right there. But sometimes, hey, in college, that's where most of his best plays was outside the pocket. And I feel like that this year, when second year or new with his, this could be his second year with this new coach of his. I think it should be right there. But right now, DC, I'll still pick CJ over him right now, respectfully.
Yeah. I'm still going CJ over him. We're gonna see him live.
Yeah.
That's going to be very interesting against that Texans defense. Of course, CJ's not going to be going against that quality defense, and in the practice that we're going to see, I want to see what his connection is with Tedoroa McMillan.
Yeah,
is it going to be crisp? Is he going to make Ted McMillan come in and look like Drake London right off the bat, or is it going to be scattershot? Oh, it's a miscommunication here. It's a bad pass here. That will show me what he's really about, because that will be his first legit weapon. Adam Thielen's 38 years old.
Yeah.
Like, I understand he's a good player.
Still surprised he's in the league.
But I think everybody's surprised. When the defense is surprised when he makes a catch. Xavier Leggett let him down a bunch of times last year.
Yes.
against the Eagles.
Eagles, they couldn't beat the Eagles.
That was a game-winning play, and he dropped the ball.
Yes.
That would have even made Bryce look better.
Yes.
If he had players. So if Ted McMillan comes in, balls out right away, all right, Bryce, you got some more skins on your wall to put you in that conversation with C.J. Stroud. But both, let's not get it twisted. Both of them come down off of down years.
Yeah.
They're coming back from down years. One just has a better
defense,
better squad around them, and a division that they dominated. So, but that's a very interesting take. For me, the Detroit Lions, they had their run. Their run's over. It's a brain drain happening in Detroit. The offensive coordinator gone. Defensive coordinator gone. Yes, we're replacing them with in-house replacements, but that doesn't always work. Why would you think that's going to be equal or better to what you've been having? This year they go against 11 playoff teams. 12 teams, 11 teams that were in the playoffs last year, 12 teams that had winning records last year. They were 15-2. The over-under for them is 10.5 wins. I was surprised it was that low because I'm picking the under no matter what. It's a 10-9 win team this year, especially if they can't fix that injury luck they had last year. It's only so much you can overcome with that. And then we see why in the playoffs, Washington did what they did to them because the injury luck just caught up to them in the end, especially on their defense. So I think the winner of that division is most likely going to be the Vikings, and I think that the Lions take a step back and they become human again. They're not in the upper echelon, but again, we'll see. We'll see how it is when Ben Johnson doesn't give you a free 2 touchdowns a game just because off his mind, off his play calling. Like, who does a left tackle leak out to the flat touchdown? That's Ben Johnson's work. That's not Jared Goff's work. Yeah. That's a give me touchdown. You take a couple of those away a game. Yeah, is the offense going to be that great? So
yeah. Also, on top of all that, the Lions lost both coordinators, right?
Yeah.
They lost the defense and the offensive coordinators.
Yep.
So that right there has a lot to do with it as well. Yeah. And then, also last year, man, the Lions dealt through a bunch of injuries, especially in that defense side of the ball. With your main defensive player, Hutchinson. That's his name, right?
Aiden Hutchinson.
Hutchinson's, yeah. Especially with him up front, so the Lions, man, I can see the Lions barely getting 10 wins, barely. But I think they can maybe still pull it off, win that division with 10 wins. It just the Vikings,
Minnesota, they're both good.
Yeah, but we don't know if Justin Jefferson, they were saying he's already having soft tissue problems already. So he's only one cut away to be really hurt. Mm-hmm. So knock on wood, he doesn't. So we'll see what's up. DC, what do you think, man?
Which you got to play the Vikings defense. That we were talking about defense a while ago. Didn't really mention them, but Brian Flores, the way he dials up stuff, man.
Mr. Blitz.
It's gonna put some pressure on that new OC.
Yeah.
And Kevin O'Connell, to me, he's the top 5 OC. You can pick the other 4, but I'm not getting past 5 before I say his name. I seen the man win game with Josh Dobbs. So I know he's got something. Every quarterback that's played for him, they look good.
Because they got Justin Jefferson, bro. I'm telling you, Justin Jefferson can take 2 DBs with him anytime.
Yes, he can.
But if he ain't out there, bro.
Yeah, and Josh Dobbs came and didn't have a team the next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. We watch what Sam Darnold looks like in Seattle. Watch this. Watch what it looked like.
Yep.
And then you can be like, oh, yeah, now I see what it was, what the deal was.
Yeah.
With Kevin O'Connell, man. I'm thinking the Vikings going to pull that division out.
Yeah.
It's going to be it's going to be a very, very competitive division.
Yeah.
if the guy you just mentioned a while ago can show up, Caleb Williams.
Yep.
If he can show up and ball out, that division right there is going to be very, very difficult. They're going to beat each other up, man.
I mean, he got the team around him.
Yeah, he does.
It's up to him now.
Yep.
You know. All right. What else, gentlemen?
Let's go to the get it off your chest. Let's get it off your chest segment. And I will start out this segment. Happens every year. I want to get it off my chest that I'm so damn tired of the Joneses. I cannot stand anything about them.
Half America can agree with you on that.
Look, in August, he's got a 10-part Netflix series coming out. Why? It's been 30 years since you have led your team to a Super Bowl. Half the league has gotten to the championship game within the time that you've even been in the playoffs. His egotistic manner is coming out. The way Jerry Jones talks to people, talks about players, thinks they can. He can money whip them like, I'm paying you and you miss games. Well, I was hurt playing for your organization. You're taking digs at current players. Then he took a dig at Dez Bryant. And that was a whole hoopla yesterday. I'm tired of how Jerry uses the media. I don't want to hear from him again. And I think the tide has turned. Everybody's tired of it. Cowboys fans are tired. We all say very bad things about Jerry Jones. The media says very bad things about Jerry Jones. And the problem is Stephen Jones ain't no better. So let's say Jerry retires. Hey, I'm stepping down. I'm not GM anymore. Stephen Jones is a
2.0.
2.0. He's a-hole 2.0. And it's not going to change at all. Stephen Jones is just as curt with he's even more honest with the media than Jerry. Jerry's trying to give you a show. He's a Ringling Brothers, the circus master or whatever. Stephen Jones is telling you, hey, Michael Parsons has to want to get paid for us to pay him. Yeah. What? Mm-hmm. What kind of crap is that? He wants to get paid. He said he wants to get paid. So talk to my agent. Don't talk to me. Talk to my agent. That's what my agent's there for. That's why I'm paying
David
him.
Mullighetto.
Yep. And in the business.
Yep.
And they want to do this straight with players because they think they can bully the player. They know they can't
finesse the player.
Finesse them, right. Yeah. They finesse 2 times. That's all they want to do is trying to finesse somebody. And we're tired of it. They are the reason the Eagles, the Giants and the Washington Commanders have passed them because of the ownership and the way that they're running teams. Who in their right mind wouldn't want a discount on Michael Parsons?
Yeah.
So you want to pay him $42 million a year? Who wouldn't want a discount on Dak Prescott? Dak Prescott's a good quarterback. I don't want to pay him $60 million a year. I want to pay him $45. I want to pay him they don't get any discounts because of the way they run their ship, and it is wrong, and we're tired of it. Hell, I don't know what the solution is. Maybe Will McClay, your general management, but other than that, I'm tired of hearing from both of them. The players are starting to speak out, and players never speak out about Jerry Jones, but it's starting to happen. Mm-hmm. So I got that off my chest. Thank you, guys.
Bro. That's a nice little event session you had going on right there. Well, my get off of the chest is, will we see the Chiefs in the AFC Championship this year? Is the monster gonna have his last run this year? The way it's going, man, the Chiefs are that team, man. Unfortunately, they are the new Patriots of this era. The AFC has to go through them. I had enough of it with the Patriots. And mind y'all, and especially you, Jerron, you knew I like the Patriots as well.
Yeah.
But man, I'm just getting tired to the point that it was always gonna be that same team from the AFC that we have to go through over and over and over. It was like, come on, man, somebody has to stop these cats, But it's like the torch was passing to them, man. So it's getting to the point now, man. Like I want to see the Ravens win a championship. I want to see the Bills win a championship. God, even my Texans, man. But it's like the Chiefs was that other team that the road goes through them. If you want to go to the Super Bowl from the AFC, they're gonna be the team to take down, man.
Right now, they're Mike Myers. You can't kill them.
They are the Mike Myers.
They're Mike Myers
of football, man. But yeah, I think I want to get that out before the season starts. Just get my rants, my rant about them. I'm not gonna make it a whole season thing like I did last year, man. But yeah, man, just the Chiefs, man. Can someone please cut off the head of that monster, man? And at least it's something else. We know that Kelsey. They're saying that this might be his last season, man.
Yeah. So
we're gonna see what's up with that. So this is gonna be his last dance.
If he would have won the Super Bowl last year, would have been his last.
Think
season,
so?
But they got whooped. So
yeah.
He don't want to go out like that.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna see what's up, man. But the Chiefs is the team to beat from the AFC, man. DC, what's your hot take, man?
Can we please stop making the headlines with these rookie quarterbacks coming out and saying, "Oh, their first pass was an interception." Why is this even a thing? You see the Shedeur stuff every day on there, even with Jackson Dart, his first pick six. Cam, why is this such a big deal that these guys are making mistakes in their first year? Why are they gonna dwell on that type of stuff?
Yeah.
You even had the owner of the Browns come out and said Shedeur wasn't his pick. That's the man didn't have to come out and say that.
Yeah, bro, that's personal, bro.
Yeah, it's personal.
Man.
He owns the team, and he come out and say that ain't his pick, man. Hey, leave that alone. You ain't got to tell us that. Let the guy go. If he ain't your pick, trade him. You know what I'm saying? That right there really pissed me off for him to come out there and say that like that. He ain't not to say that, man. So, man, but the whole thing about the way they do these rookies and highlight their mistakes. We talk about some of the good, but they really do. Like Tyler Shuck, he must be really looking like trash the way they talk about him. I ain't seen nothing, but the way they've been talking about him, he must look like real trash. They talk about Spencer Rattler may be the best.
I've only seen him running the ball. I haven't seen him complete a pass yet.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. Why they so much highlight on these rookies and the mistakes they're making. Of course they're gonna make mistakes. Now's the time to make them.
It's practice. Year one. The NFL speed compared to college speed was totally different, man.
Yeah.
It's like, man, give these kids a break, man. I mean, like, hey, 15 years ago, rookies weren't starting.
Right. It's a different era.
I mean, like, I get it, man. The pressure's on, man. But damn, I mean, like, not everybody's gonna catch it from the flip. Mm-hmm. Give it time, man.
Yeah. And even some of the good ones. I mean, they showed Trevion Henderson beating a coach on a wheel route. I mean, that's a coach. I mean, what did he do? There's a coach playing defense on it. Why would that be a highlight?
Yeah.
So, man, just leave these rookies alone, man. Let them go and how they look growing pains, man. Because some of the highlights that they be showing of these guys is unnecessary.
Yeah.
It really is.
Hey, but that's why the NFL is so wanted, man, because you want results right then and there. Mm-hmm. It's only 17 games a year. Mm-hmm. You want, because each game matters.
Yes.
1 loss, 2 loss, you can start packing for Cancun.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about NFL, man. Like, nothing lasts long forever. That's why, man, every pass, every throw is gonna count. That's why they get so much pressure, man. But it's not fair to them, though, man. Yeah. Give them a year to develop, man. Mm-hmm. Plus, man, these guys have not even played the first preseason season yet. And like, who was it that played this past weekend? Chargers and Lions.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, man, this and the Lions are doomed because of that. Come on.
What was?
I was like, bro, come on.
We're talking about. He said, "Hey, they're gonna have to take a real good hard look at this." No, they don't. It was a big backup. Like, what is he talking about? He's just talking and talk.
Collinsworth in mid-season form, man.
Yeah, really.
But what's Patrick Mahomes out there, man?
Oh,
I'm telling you, man. It's like, man, we need, we just need to slow down expectation when it comes to these rookies. We can see by year 2 what type of player they're going to be, man. But Yeah, calm down with that. I agree with you on that one, DC. That's a good take, man.
Well, one more thing before we get out here. You seen Trey Lance? You think he makes the team for the Chargers?
Yes.
Okay.
Man, the way he was slinging it out there, man.
Greg Roman is the right guy for Trey Lance.
All right.
All right, ready?
All right. Man, let's wrap this one up for this episode of the Shield Football Podcast. Join us next time with more takes, more football news, and don't forget to follow us on YouTube. That'd be much appreciated if you subscribe to the channel. That'd be very appreciated. Other than that, so we see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace out.
Later.